You can pet this dog for free. It is not a scam. What is clearly a scam, but is so normalized people don't notice. I just paid for the privilege of setting up my router. My cable company recently started trying to charge me for my router, which I own. I got a notice saying we noticed an error in billing, and we will be charging you for the equipment rental starting in December. The duck you will. I have every receipt from every cable or phone transaction I've ever done for that exact reason. I paid outright for my router, so I won't be renting their shitty equipment at $12 a month. Now they want to charge me for my own property. After receiving that notice, I hopped right onto customer service to get it resolved, and they directed me to their loyalty department because they could best handle it over there. I cut off the conversation and just cancelled my service. Cable companies are pure scum. Must be nice to have other providers to choose from. Mobile game ads that show gameplay of a Call of Duty or Skyrim style game, but in reality are just a spin-off of Candy Crush. Don't forget those game ads that pretend to be puzzle games where you pull pins. Looking at you. Homescapes. Rent to own furniture and appliances. There was an episode of Hotel Impossible where the owner rented the couch in her lobby on a weekly basis for years. She could have bought multiple couches with the money she spent on that one couch she doesn't even get to keep. Manufacturers refusing documentation to private repair enterprises and requiring you to get your products fixed by the dealer. Basically, the reason for the right to repair movement. Yes, I used to work with John Deere and they were terrible about it. Farmers are looking for older equipment because they don't have those software lockouts. Ticketmaster. The Verizon $1 scam. Verizon tacked on a $1 fee onto 8% of their customers' bills each month, so over the course of the year, they did it to every customer, about 150 million. Their rationale was 50% wouldn't notice and just pay the charge, or would notice and wouldn't spend any time fighting a $1 charge. 50% would notice the charge and call to have it removed. Of those, 35% would get frustrated while on the call and give up. This added approximately $120 million to the bottom line each year, 3 total, until caught. Once caught, they paid a $25 million fine. That's actually a really smart idea. Illegal but really smart. They don't give a shit if the fine is insignificant. At a certain point, illegal just means you have to pay to do stuff. Those registries that people pay money to name a star. I keep seeing advertisements on FB for companies that will give you official lord or ladyship for like $50 based on giving you the title to a small parcel of land somewhere like Scotland. I googled one of them once, and the first result was a breakdown of why the company is fraudulent and doesn't actually have access to any land anywhere. Funerals and everything to do with them. The funeral industry has insane pricing. Some of the funeral homes and vendors are even predatory, getting grieving families to pay upwards of tens of thousands of dollars because that's what the deceased would have wanted. You didn't love your father at all, did you? Was the question that had me slam my fist down on the table. My dad wanted a cardboard box cremation and no memorial. He got a cardboard box cremation and no memorial, with zero upselling from a different cremation service. The state act got a complaint about the first cremation service. Printer ink. Buy a laser printer. Expensive upfront, $100 to $700, but pennies in the long run, compared to inkjet. Most come with scan/copy/fax features which come in handy in the work from home era. Planned obsolescence, where products are deliberately designed to have a defect or worse performance shortly after the warranty has expired. No shot. My car has a 60,000 mile warranty. 60,007 my transmission shat the bed. Edit. Chrysler. The third dealership I went to finally took pity and covered it. The first light bulb ever made still works. IDK if anyone remembers power balance bracelets from the early 2000s. A lot of celebrities and athletes advertised for them, and they claimed to improve your balance and overall health. Well, being a rubber bracelet made in a factory, it was all nonsense, but they still sold millions of units before shutting down. A new company owns them now, and you can still buy them though. If you tell me the truth, I won't get mad, Mom. Having to pay $100+ for glasses. The prices are so high because the industry is used to the markup. try these websites to get glasses super cheap, like $20. You can upload a picture of your face and virtually try on the glasses. Even the high density glass has become widely available, but traditional stores keep selling it like it was researched just last year. Most mega churches. I remember an interview with Kenneth Copeland talking about how he needed a private jet to spread religion. And now the Lord has blessed him with 2 of them. Must be why he laughs so hard. Listen up. Everything is a scam. Everything. But if you send me $19.99 I can show you how to turn the tables on the scammer and get his money. Limited time offer. Send money now. Paying for cable TV. The whole idea of paying was to create a revenue stream separate from that of marketing. There are a few out there, HBO, I think, but generally we pay to access the content and still have to spend 20% of the time sitting through commercials. Then streaming comes in, and we're free of advertisements again, for a bit. Now YouTube has tons of ads and other streaming services are talking about adding ads as well. Netflix starts doing ads, I'm going right back to torrenting. The games at fairs/carnivals. There's a Mark Rober video about carnival games, surprisingly interesting for a video about statistics. It's this one. And yes, it's great. Annual college tuition increases. Why aren't they held to a competitive pricing model as opposed to having to take out a mortgage to go to school? Everyone wants to talk about government paying for college education, but there is no conversation on why is it that expensive anyway. Especially when some unis have endowments in the billions, that just the interest on those funds could literally pay the tuition for everyone that goes through the door. Every single person on the internet that sells some sort of millionaire education, it's all bullshit. Every single one of them. They are all ducking liars. Most of them are not even rich to begin with. They fake it enough that some idiots buy it. You are customers to them. Nothing more. You want to be a millionaire? Buy my book and I'll tell you how. You buy the book, and it says to start a website selling a book on how to be a millionaire. Reducing a price by 1 cent to trick our brains into thinking a product costs less than it actually is. Or how gas stations take it one step farther to 9/10 of a cent. Bottled water, like Dasani, especially in places like an amusement park that markups the price a shocking amount. Also the average markup of bottled water is 4000%, which is ducking outrageous. BC water is literally free most places. I'm fuzzy on the details, but Warped Tour got in a lot of legal trouble here in Canada because of water. They were in the habit of taking any water bottles or drinks from you when they checked your bag at the gate. Then you get inside and everything costs money. The energy drinks and pop cost less than the water, so most people would buy those instead. One woman bought energy drinks all day because it was a hot summer day and she wanted to save money for merch. She had a heart attack and died. Now they aren't allowed to confiscate water at the gate. Hot MILFs in your area. It is my understanding that they are interested in meeting me tonight. Scientific journal memberships, where academics pay journals to publish their papers which are then peer reviewed by volunteers and the journals themselves are then sold by subscription. Social media. From their happy beginnings they are now mostly a funnel used to ram as many advertisements into your mind as inhumanly possible. Sponsored posts every third or fourth item. I see you. ig/fb/red/etc. And that's not even mentioning the extensive filtering network that curates the information you get to see when you are looking for something. Curated information is just a nice expression for you being conditioned to form certain opinions/buy more stuff. Social media groom minds. Doing your own taxes and paying to use a privately owned software or a service when the government could totally do it for you, send you the details, and ask if it's correct. College textbook prices. It's crazy how ridiculous expensive they are, putting even more of a financial burden on students. It's amazing how one of the professors at my school wrote whatever science book we used for that class, and they'd magically put out a new version every semester, so your $180 Gen Chemical ed 6 could only be returned for $5, since ed 7 had just come out. New version meaning 6th edition had a tree on the cover, 7th has a giraffe. Members of Senate, Congress, and presidential candidates collecting money from corporations, big donors, and hiding it in campaign accounts, PACs and super PACs, and then doling it out as they like. They no longer act as a government of the people. and for the people. Diamond rings for marriage. Basically the entire wedding industry. Starting a new life together? Why not plunge yourselves into thousands of dollars of debt? Anything people do because of tradition is ripe for scamming. Marriage? Scam. Funeral? Scam. Baby shower gifts? Wildly overpriced. Cat food. Look at the cat food at a random store and see how the design brags about all the healthy vegetables they've crammed into your obligate carnivore's diet. Then check out the ingredients and see how corn, rice, etc. are often the first ingredients. Pet foods market toward humans by trying to appeal to human sensibilities, not genuine desire to provide your cat with the best diet. All MLMs. It's almost like a cult. They prey on insecure women, specifically army wives, to give in. It's almost like a cult. Guaranteeing new friends, lots of free trips, and make $20,000 a month. They are not your friends. The trips are only free if you become a top earner. And the only way to make $20,000 a month is to get at minimum 100 people in your team that work every single day. Most sales from those companies are from the salesperson who is buying it to sell it. And they tell you that you have to buy more to sell more. It's really gross. Unpaid internships. Duck anyone who gives unpaid internships. People get exploited like shit in that, and for what? Most times they don't even count. For what purpose? I get so irritated when someone posts unpaid, but you'll be given a certificate. Shut the duck up and do the work by yourself, you lazy ass.